Be good. Be very good.
We are trying to be good. We're on a different program. As you can see, we're on a different program, but we are here nonetheless. I have an amazing author right here. Her name is, I don't know if it's pronounced Teresa or Teresa, but I know it's Pelinski. And you are the author of children's books, right? So you have 3 children's books. And I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I got you up as a special guest, Miss Pelinski, and you look great, honey. You look good. Hey. I want to thank you so much for being with us. I always ask this question because it's real success stories, real people going after their dreams. When did you know that this was something you wanted to do?
I knew when God gave me my first book, and I did not know right at the time that it was going to be a book. I wasn't sure what it was going to be, but He gave me the words to it, just the words, and He had me get up and out of bed. I was singing the words to my daughter when she was a little baby. She's 27 now, but I wrote them down like He insisted for me to do. I kept hearing Him say, "Get up and write them down," and then I didn't feel like getting up at the time. I said, "I'll do it in the morning," but then I felt this jolt. I felt this push. He actually pushed me to get up, and so I got on up and I wrote them down. And then I thought it was kind of comical, but I got up and I wrote them down, and 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 then I didn't know what to do with them for a while, and then um, after the election in, I think it was 2020, when Biden came into office, um, then a little bit later on, when everything started happening in the world, like seemed, things were falling apart, seemed like I knew what to do with it. It's like it came to me then. It's like He told me what to do with it. I was to put it in a book and make it a children's book, and so I did. But I didn't know exactly how I was going to go about it. But then I figured it out. The children would be on a playground, and in His first book. So God gave me the words, and so I had already asked God. I was kind of I was having several surgeries, and I kind of got depressed about it, and I asked God, I said, "God, please give me something to do that I can do right now," because I was bored and just disturbed because I couldn't do anything. And so He did give me 3 things to do. I wasn't expecting 3 things, but He gave me 3 things to do. And so that year, I wrote the book, put it together. It took me a whole year to do the pictures in the book. I didn't draw them, but I had somebody else draw. But I did the illustrations, and I had them draw exactly what was pictured in my mind. And I wanted it perfect because this is God's book.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. It's God's book, and He gave me the book to write, and gave me my very first gospel album to start on, and He gave me painting. So I started painting on canvas, and I love it. And
Nice.
so I do that for stress, the painting, and then I basically give them away.
Wow.
And I give them to all my doctors mainly. And if what I will give away, I practically have a gallery at home.
Yeah.
And but I just knew that I was going to be writing the book. So, and I had already written some stories down that were conversations between me and my daughter, and I knew I wrote them down as a book for her. I just hand wrote them though, for her as so she could remember them later on. She could read them about what we had talked about. And then I put those in a book also. And so I got more books to put out. And I wrote her a lullaby uh, when about a couple of weeks before she was born. And so then I decided to add to it so that whenever she has her little baby one day, that it'll carry her through to her child, having her child. So I added to it, and then I think it's really precious and special for her.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that one too.
That's nice, because you do have 3 books. Am I correct?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. And so I'm going to put it on the screen. I know you don't see the screen, but we are going to put it on the screen, your 3 books right now, because I think that is beautiful. So you have Rockabye Jesus, right? You
Yes.
have Jensen's Lullaby, and then you have Rain from Heaven.
Right.
And I absolutely love what you've done. You've incorporated your faith into your books, into your writings, and you made them special. You know, when people do that, they tend to not understand that they've made this special not just for their own family, but for other families out there. When you were writing, did you realize you were going to touch so many people?
That was my intention.
Mm.
That's my intention, to touch others. My first book is God's book. That is the one that I want to reach others with. I want to really touch their hearts with that book. I want so much for that book to go all the way around the world and reach as many children as it can. Because our children today, there's a lot of children today that don't know Jesus. The parents don't take them to church.
Yeah.
Don't talk to them about Jesus. And there's a lot of children don't know him, don't know him.
Yeah. 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 And I know what you mean. And I love that goal that you have for your books and also for yourself. When you do this, when you write, your songs, the books for the children, the books that bring Jesus back into the home, um, what is it that goes through your mind when you think about your family and other people's families as they read this book?
Well, when I was growing up, there's a lot of chaos in my family. My dad was an alcoholic,
Mm.
and he would beat on my mom, and I'm the oldest child, and I would always do my best to protect my mom, and I would pull my dad off my mom from 8 years old, 10, 12 years old, constantly pulling my dad off my mom, and I was just a little old thing, 60, 70, 80 pounds, having the strength to pull my dad off my mom, throw him in the floor, and he never once hit me, never once came at me. My dad loved me, and he never touched me to hit me, but I still knew that God was always there. His presence was there with me.
Yeah.
And having my grandmother to live with us, my grandfather was a pastor. And so grandma would always talk to us about stuff like that. And she said that God was always there with us. And I always felt him with me. And he protected me and shielded me. And I always felt like I was under his wings and he was holding me. And I felt safe, even though my mother wasn't, but I would pull my dad. I know he gave me the strength to do it. But I had to protect my brother and sister, my grandma. I had to make sure they didn't get in the way.
Mm.
And so that was like my job, and to keep mama safe.
Wow.
So I want all the children to know that all they got to do is call out the name of Jesus if they're troubled. Um, or have anything going on in their life that shouldn't be going on, you know.
Mhm.
I want them to know they can call out Jesus' name and he'll be right there beside them. And it's very important to me because they probably don't have anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Mm.
There wasn't anybody I could call on. I called
Yeah.
the police. I called the police many times. They never showed up. Never showed up. The mayor of the little town that we lived in would call up and say, Teresa, is there really any reason for them to show up at your house? And the last time I allowed him to call and I answered his call, I said no, because my mother is already dead. Still didn't show up. So you see what I was going through and what my family had to go through. And they still didn't show up. Nobody.
Mm-mm-mm.
So it was very. Now I loved my dad. I did. I loved my dad. I did not like the man very much, but I still always loved him because God said we were to love our mom
Right.
and I did love him. Um, I didn't like him very much for what he was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and so and but I just want children to know God. I want to make sure they know Him. I want them to know they don't have to. They're not alone,
Yeah.
and that's very important to me
Mm-hmm.
because I know how they're feeling. If there's a lot of children in trouble today that are just sitting off somewhere scared. A lot of children get shot if they
Yeah.
get away. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't watch the news anymore. I don't watch none of that anymore. I still hear about it sometimes, but I don't watch it anymore because it bothers me so much.
Yeah.
But I know it goes on. I just can't bear to watch it.
Yeah. I know how you feel.
But
I know
I'd
how
like,
you feel.
but this book, Rock About Jesus, would be so good to have in Sunday school at church, to um, be taught in Sunday school, I think. And that's one of my things for this book too, because if and the children could take the book home,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next class that comes in buy the book again and make sure all the children get a book. And I'm gonna tell you, this book it is God's book, and 80% of the proceeds is going to go to my church, so that this can help in getting this book out there.
Yeah.
It's going to help my church in growing and reaching other children and reaching other people that need to know Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to help.
Yeah.
And I've always said this from the very beginning, that my church is going to receive from this book because it
Mm-hmm.
is God's book. It's not just mine. I did the work, yes, but that was honoring God. And I'm going to do that because I love God
Yeah.
and He loves me.
Oh yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
He's always been there for me. He's never left me. Yes, I went through bad times, but I look at it as I was meant to go through those times so I can help others. God never let anything happen to me like that. He didn't let my dad hurt me. But yes, it was bad times. It was embarrassing, but I was still okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate what you're doing. And I appreciate that it comes from your heart, and not only that, your experience, because people can feel that. They can feel it. They know when you're just writing because you want to make money or you're writing because you want to impact lives.
I don't care if I
You
don't
know,
make a dent in the book. I just want,
exactly.
well, but it's important that people buy the book so it can be able to get out there and reach others
Right.
that need to be reached. That is the important thing. But I don't care if I don't make anything from it. I want God to receive, and it all be for His glory.
Hmm. Yeah. And that's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. I just think that, and I'm going to put up the books again one more time so that people can see it. Me personally, I understand exactly where you're coming from, why you wrote the books and everything. And I hope that people do get the books because the proceeds will be going to a very worthy cause for this book to continue its journey and its mission
Mm.
to bring Jesus into the home and to help people understand that there is just not people, but children as well. Because think about it, what about the mom that probably wants to read the book to her daughter, or the father that's been abused? Because there are abusive women out there that have abused their husbands,
That's true.
and they may need some help too. And reading this book to their children will probably help them to, know more about Jesus and maybe get out of that situation before it's too late.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you've gone through. Is there anything you would like to say to the listeners here today?
Just if you can, well, the book is being redone
Mhm.
at the moment. It's going to be redone. Because that book that they're looking at, does that one have the little blonde hair girl on the front?
Actually, no, it's the one with the brown hair and Jesus is holding the child.
But that little dark haired child,
Yeah.
a boy.
Yeah, green shirt.
Okay. Um. Okay. That's the one that's going to be redone. And it's going to go out looking like that. Um. Now. Um. The What was your question again? I got sidetracked.
It's okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Um. Just if they could know, if they really understand what I'm talking about. It's just important to God to help out and do this for God, and help with in purchasing the book, and so that God will be glorified
Yeah.
and His work will be done for this book. And I would certainly appreciate it. It's not for me at all. It's for God, and really and truly, it's for God. Um, that's what I care about the most, is putting it out there and getting these children to know Jesus, and parents too, because hopefully it's gonna bring them to know Him.
Yeah.
So it's not just the children; it's the parents too. And if you notice in the book, there's no cell phones. There's no mechanical, no gadgets or anything. It's children playing naturally on a playground, like they should be.
Yes. Yes. Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I do have your website on the bottom. Go ahead.
Also,
Mhm.
the children in the book are of all nationalities, different nationalities. I did that because I wanted to reach the world.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I was on the playground as a kid, there were all kinds of different people there. There wasn't just like blacks or whites. There was everybody. We were all playing because
Yeah,
children children without corruption don't care. They don't care. They just want love and they want their friends and they want to have fun and they want to play and be a kid. And that's what that is. That's the way it should be. We're people.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
Right.
color. We're people.
That's right.
Yeah. And children know better than a lot of adults what that is.
Don't they? They can put us to shame.
Yep, yep. So I would that no one would be corrupt, especially in my family where we don't we there's just so many of there's so much variety in my family. The variation of everything is in my family and it's beautiful.
Mhm.
And I love it. I love it that we get together and we hug each other and we love each other and
Mhm.
we share. You know what I mean? And there's no, oh, look at that. She's this. Oh, look at that. He's that. No, that's my cousin. That's my brother. That's my grandson. That's my daughter. Whatever the case may be, that's how our family is. And I would that everyone would be that way. And that's why I love what you've done in your books. We're going to put that up again. I do have the website going on the bottom, and I want to thank Yellow Brick Road Media for bringing Miss Teresa Haven Pelinski to the show. And her website is Teresa or Teresa. I'm not sure. How do you pronounce your name?
Teresa.
Teresa. Okay, because there's
Yeah.
Teresa and there's Teresa. There's like no wrong, I guess. But Teresa Haven Pelinski. We're gonna put the link in the description so that it's easy for you guys to find the website and go and support and get those books. Because you know what? We need to bring Jesus back to the home. Definitely. Definitely. Thank you so much, Teresa, for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different. And until next time, guys, bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for watching.